Canada. Tonight, the Galaxy hit the road as they get set to pay a visit to Toronto FC. Hey, everybody, great to have you along once again right here on Galaxy Radio. I'm Christian Miles, and the Galaxy will certainly plenty to be optimistic about right now, a team that is on their equal longest unbeaten run in 2022 with a great big 2 wins and a draw in that process, and looking very good in the process right now, coming off the back, of course, of a big away win. In fact, their first since May, 2-1 on Sunday away to the New England Revolution, and a team that really has transformed their form as well as their performances and are banging in the goals right now for fun. Greg Vanney, after that loss, said, it was about determination, it was about grit. However, this team, make no mistake, a lot of their recent success is predicated on an uptick in goals, and it's a team that has managed to find the back of the net on the last 2 games. 5 goals scored, led, of course, by Chicharito Hernandez, who has really resurrected his own form, scoring 5 times and grabbing a couple of assists in his last 4 MLS appearances. He indeed has profited from a lot of the bolstered midfield, namely the addition of one Ricky Puig. Much has been made and heralded of that brilliant through ball that was played en route to Chicharito scoring his 12th goal of the season in that clash against New England on Sunday. But scoring first vital, but first and foremost will be somewhat of a homecoming here. The Galaxy with a tight turnaround after the Sunday fixture, but Greg Vanney, of course, who spent 7 seasons and won an MLS title, in fact, won the treble up in Canada back in 2017, said it felt a little weird flying into Toronto, almost like old times. However, this one does have a bit of an edge, a little bit of extra grit, no doubt. Vanney wants to win this and continue this good form. If the Galaxy can take a result tonight, it will be their longest unbeaten run of the season. The question is, have they turned the corner? In my estimation, the answer is yes. Yes, there are some issues defensively, but in terms of attack, it has ideas, there is creativity, but mostly there is stability in the midfield and execution on the front foot, namely with the addition of Gaston Brugman, who has really been a stabilizing force, playing as that number 6 in front of that back 4, bringing his distribution. Look, he's not the most brawny and physical type of ball winners, but he does get in, he does get stuck in, but his passing acumen really has led the line here for the Galaxy and provided a certain supply line, not just for Chicharito Hernandez, but as well as others like Kevin Cabral, as well as Ricky Puig. That stability, namely, paramount for this team. First goal will be vital tonight for the Galaxy. As we mentioned, every time they do score first, 10 victories in their 13 games. They've only lost once, and that will be something they'll be looking to do in similar vein that we saw on Sunday afternoon, in which they managed to find the back of the net twice in the first 15 minutes. Did come under a little bit of heavy duress towards the end. However, Greg Vanney, no doubt, pretty pleased with the final outcome. He went on for some individual praise, a match that saw the first MLS goal for one Danny Aguirre, calling Aguirre's performance, quote, fantastic. Running out of midfield, he worked his socks off. He's a grinder and helps in possession. And, of course, plenty of praise for Ricky Puig as well. All right, we're just getting started. We'll talk about Toronto when we return. Plus, a little bit later, we'll have your Modelo starting 11. It's the Galaxy away to Toronto tonight on Galaxy Radio.
Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage on their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Welcome back. We're about 12 minutes away from kickoff at BMO Field in beautiful Ontario, Canada, as the Toronto FC getting set to take on your Los Angeles Galaxy. I'm Christian Miles. Great to have you along once again on Galaxy Radio. And for once, the Galaxy really on the inside looking in terms of the playoff race on 37 points, 2 points adrift of 6th place Real Salt Lake. If results do fall their way, the Galaxy, as I mentioned, not only can extend their unbeaten run to 4 games, well, they could find themselves as high as the top 4 by the end of the night. And, of course, finishing in the top 4 at the end of the season will provide you with a home playoff match in that first round. So certainly something to keep your eye on. Same goal, though, for the hosts tonight, Toronto FC, a team that was really kind of considered out of the running, but boy, an Italian renaissance has developed for head coach Bob Bradley, who is now in his first season since taking over at the beginning of the year, and they brought in some big names, namely Lorenzo Insigne and Federico Bernardeschi and Domenico Criscito. And with that Italian renaissance, this is a team that has only lost once in their last 7 games. And with 4 wins, they've only dropped 7 points from a 21 on offer, and they're scoring goals for fun right now. However, still on the outside looking in terms of the Eastern Conference playoff race, as Toronto now find themselves in the 11th position, 3 points adrift, however, of Columbus Crew, who are currently, at present time, occupy that final playoff spot. So we shall see. That is one to keep your eye on. Both teams, no doubt, can do themselves a world of good with a positive result tonight in their quest to make the playoffs. We're going to step aside. When we return, we'll have a look at the starting 11s. LA away to Toronto tonight.
Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage on their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
We love you, and where you go, we'll follow, cause we support LA, and that's the way we like it, whoa.
And welcome back. About 7 minutes away from kickoff at BMO Field in Toronto, Canada, as TFC getting set to welcome the Los Angeles Galaxy. Let's take a look at the starting 11, brought to you by Modelo, setting the gold standard for authentic Mexican beer since 1925. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. And we will begin with the visitors and head coach Bob Bradley coming off, of course, a 2-0 away win to Charlotte on Saturday. They're going to go with their usual 4-3-3. It'll be Alex Bono in goal, Correa, McNaughton, Mavinga, and Criscito, the Italian, rounding out that back four with Criscito at left back and Loea at right. Three-man midfield anchored by Michael Bradley wearing the captain's armband. The one change, we'll see Kosi Thompson come in on the right-hand side of that midfield in replacement of DeAndre Kerr. Jaden Nelson joining in that trio of midfielders, and up front a three-pronged attack led by Lorenzo Insigne, the Italy international who has scored 4 times in his first 7 MLS appearances. Ayo Akinola, the center forward tonight, with just 1 goal, hasn't scored in his last 15 in the midst of a drought. However, Federico Bernardeschi has helped pick up the slack. He has scored 5 times and added 2 assists since coming on in Major League Soccer 7 games ago. Let's take a look at the way it shapes up here for Greg Vanney and the Los Angeles Galaxy. They're going to have to do a little bit of rotation in terms of personnel, a little bit of a switch in tactics as well. We'll see Bond in goal with 7 shutouts, tied for 8th best in Major League Soccer, with Julian Araujo at right back, Sega Koulibaly at right center back, partnering Derek Williams in defense, with Chase Gasper getting his 2nd consecutive start on the left-hand side. Gaston Brugman in that holding role with Vasquez and Ricky Puig. And we'll see Douglas Costa getting his first start in 4 games, along Chicharito Hernandez spearheading that front line, and Samuel Grandsir coming in. Vasquez, Douglas Costa, and Grandsir, 3 changes from the team that was victorious just 4 days ago against the New England Revolution. So rotating the troops, very much the story. And of course, the big story also, no Mark Delgado, who's been listed out and unavailable with this. He will join Johnny Perez, as well as long-term injury victim Jorge Villafaña, who's been out for the entire season with a knee problem. So a little short-handed here for the Galaxy, but not in terms of a change of shape. Yes, they did come out with a 3-back setup. It's gone to a traditional 4, as it can usually morph into. It'll be interesting to see how Brugman acquits himself, and of course, Puig with his 2nd straight start. Looks like we're all set. We've got you all set. We get down to business. First half kickoff, LA and Toronto. Next.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
It is game time. This LA Galaxy match is brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Back BMO Field in Toronto, Canada, as we get set for a big clash. It is match day 27 for the Los Angeles Galaxy as they get set to pay a visit to Toronto FC. The Galaxy are currently finding themselves on the top half of the playoff line coming into this round of fixtures in the 7th position on 37 points, and they've really done themselves a world of good. They can manage to take 3 points, as I mentioned. They can move as high as the top 4 by night's end, and a very busy night in Major League Soccer. But first things first, the order of the day. Greg Vanney and a few of his players coming back to their old stomping grounds, trying to do the business. And we are underway as the referee blows his whistle. And Toronto FC will begin in possession. If you have a monitor in front of you, they will be wearing the red, going from left to right across your screen. If not, just follow us along. We'll take care of you. Is the Galaxy looking for back-to-back road victories for the first time this season. Toronto coming in with a 9-13-6 record, 33 points, finding themselves in the 11th position, but just 3 points, the final playoff spot in the East. But they've really turned a corner off the back of a 5-game unbeaten run, 3 wins, and of course, a pretty good spell of draws as well. So things looking good for the Canadians in the midst of their Italian renaissance as it comes out wide, and it will be a throw for the Los Angeles Galaxy on the right-hand side. Opening moments of action, the Galaxy making 3 changes from the team that won at New England on Sunday, bringing in Victor Vasquez, the first visit back to his old stomping grounds where he featured for so many years, as well as his head coach, Greg Vanney. All the way back, some high pressure on Jonathan Bond, finding the fullback, Gasper. The Galaxy have solved this pressure very well. Here's Ricky Bouge, supported by the former Minnesota United defender, Chase Gasper. The Galaxy coming out in a 4-3-3 this evening. Similar to what we saw in various phases of the match on Sunday. The Galaxy starting out with really what looked to be a 3-5-2. Going with 3 center backs, but Nick DePuy, one of those changes, dropping to the bench in an altered attacking approach tonight. So to change things up now. The Galaxy feeling optimistic with the wind in their sails. They've worked it right to the right-hand side, and here's Douglas Costa getting his first start since the beginning of the month. He's come off the bench for the last 3 games for the Los Angeles Galaxy. The Brazilian trying to prove some of the naysayers wrong. Didn't play a part against New England. Now looking to leave his imprint here in Canada. As it's come out wide to Victor Vasquez. The overlap from Julian Araujo has found himself in the Toronto attacking third. Here's Costa now. Galaxy want to play at a quick clip, a high tempo. Good challenge riding that time from Douglas Costa. Finds its way to Brugman, the Uruguayan. A Gasper circulates it wide to this left-hand side. Well, Sammy Grancier pops up. Grancier, of course, came on as a substitute, playing the last 25 minutes on Sunday night in New England. Making his 15th start of the campaign in 26 appearances. Worked it wide. Julian Araujo keeps it low, but nicely tended to by Toronto defender Chris Mavinga, who is partnering Lucas McNaughton in the heart of that Toronto back four. Ron Bradley going with that similar setup as you would expect that we saw during his stint at LAFC for those 4 years in charge. Here's Douglas Costa charging hard into the Toronto half, finds it. It's Vasquez on the turn snapshot, and that one coming ever so close. Not quite close enough, and Vasquez really intent on putting the best foot forward tonight on his old stomping grounds. No one closing him down on the top of the penalty area. He just turned and fired, but just put it wide at Alex Bono's left-sided post. So hearts aflutter for Toronto, trying to keep the good times rolling right now. They've really turned their fortunes almost overnight with the signings and the much heralded signing of Lorenzo Insigne, who was signed about 7 or 8 months ago, but had to wait for the Italian season to end and joined up with TFC in the summertime. The team really was only won 5 of their first 27 games and has now won 3 of their last 5. What a turnaround it's been. Galaxy get possession back. Araujo on it now, just past midfield. Still no goals between Toronto FC and the Los Angeles Galaxy. In fact, the first time these two have met in 3 years. Didn't tangle in 2021. Nor 2020, but as Ricky Puig off to the races and showing everyone his heels. Puig riding to challenge well, but well caught up by the fullback, Richie Larrea, who catches the Spaniard. Incredulous is the reaction from Ricky Puig, who thought he'd earned himself a corner. Referee Ted Unkel not seeing it as such. Good recovery pace, but Puig showing his initial acceleration to very good effect. And Galaxy have really lacked a cut and thrust, a creative presence in the center of the park, and that's what they have with Puig, the 23-year-old who was signed earlier this month from Barcelona. Toronto back on possession now. They'll work it near side for Larrea, Canada international, who's on loan from Nottingham Forest in the UK, but possession all too short-lived. Is the Galaxy able to get it back, and Costa trying to pump it forward for the advanced Sammy Grancier. It's broken up now, and here come Jaden Nelson in Toronto FC, leaving it wide for Domenico Criscito. Good link-up play with his counterparts. And it's one fired in the opening salvo from Toronto, well astray of the mark, about 25 yards away from Jonathan Bond's goal, but nothing too serious to deal with. Toronto, I mentioned, coming off that 2-0 win away to Charlotte over the weekend. 8 goals in the second half from Lorenzo Insigne and Bernardeschi. Continue that Italian sparkle in the attack. There's Gasper now under some heavy pressure, and it's a real high pressure. They'll work it wide. One back by McNaughton, and Toronto have got it back. Busy time of year for the victory away to Charlotte. Is Toronto with their only loss in their last 7 games. That was away to Inter Miami back on the 20th. They came off a 4-game unbeaten run with draws away to New England, victories against Portland and Nashville before a draw again with New England, this time on Canadian soil on the 12th of August. So a team that's putting together good results, and don't count them out. If they do qualify for the playoffs, like the LA Galaxy, and they're that kind of wild card-esque team that you don't want to face, unpredictable in nature, but indeed hitting their peak form at just the right time. Galaxy now behind Victor Vasquez, back in possession. Costa dropping back into his own half and turning and facing wide at the halfway line for Julian Araujo. He'll have the services of the Catalonian Victor Vasquez. Space now opens up for Costa, trying to play one through. It's well weighted for Chicharito. It's the top of the penalty area. Crisito able to dive in and make the challenge and win it. And here comes Jaden Nelson, the Canadian teenager, soaring through the Galaxy second line now, and it's worked forward for Crisito. He's got several options there. Ayo Akinola, this one fired in far post, and the header just high by Federico Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi all alone at that far post. It was an enterprising run from Jaden Nelson. Galaxy really caught in transition. Scary moment there. Opportunity falls by the wayside on good defensive play from Crisito, who won it, and Nelson with a nice carry all the way through past the halfway line to set it up wide to the left. Nice little burst of pace from the young 19-year-old. And then Insigne, his cross, finding his compatriot at that far post, but it was Bernardeschi, the former Juventus man, who couldn't keep it down. Those two very close during their time with the Azzurri, or the Italian national team. In fact, it was Insigne who convinced Bernardeschi to drop Serie A for Major League Soccer. They're really glad he did, but right back on it now. And Insigne dropping into a deeper role in midfield. Galaxy able to win it back, but not long enough, and it pops out wide in the Galaxy half for Toronto's Jaden Nelson, who's been a bright presence early on. Here's Insigne, has the support of the ever-steady captain Michael Bradley. It's wound up by Kosi Thompson. He sends this one high, rather wide. Thompson, the lone change of the team that won at Charlotte. Bob Bradley, you can see his fingerprints all over this team. Akinola with a heavy touch. It's set up nicely on the top of the penalty area for Kosi Thompson, the 19-year-old from Toronto. Not much in it, however. The Galaxy with a little bit of nervousness back there at a free, or rather a corner kick for Lorenzo Insigne. Tries to whip one in, and that one just over the bar. So it'll be a goal kick now for Jonathan Bond. Went for the Golazo Olimpico. Not much harm done there, so the Galaxy able to start it back over now and trying to work it forward for Chicharito Hernandez, but nicely broken up by Crisito. Tracked down by Victor Vasquez. He had so much success on this field, Victor Vasquez. Spent about 4 seasons with Toronto. Trips to the MLS Cup as well. Here's Douglas Costa going right back to work, and Costa stinging the gloves of Alex Bono. So a couple of good attempts from Vasquez and Costa to open it up here. This one really open in nature. Some good attempts from Toronto, and both teams trading blows. An open attacking affair in the first 10 minutes. Great to have you along. Still no goals between Toronto FC and the Los Angeles Galaxy, meeting for the 19th time in MLS play. The Galaxy on the edge with 7 victories compared to Toronto's 5, but the Galaxy have only won once here in 8 visits, and that was way back in 2009 when Edson Buttle and Alan Gordon were on target here at BMO Field. So not a happy hunting ground, you could say. Working to the left-hand side for the Congolese defender Mavinga, finds the Italian fullback Crisito. Good work as Akinola drops into the center. A little more withdrawn from his center forward role, and it'll be a big diagonal switch for the streaking Bernardeschi, who latches onto it but couldn't keep it in. Expansive football from Toronto FC, but that's what they've been known for as of late. And a habit of scoring goals, that's for sure. Bernardeschi, as well as Insigne and Crisito, have scored 13 of this team's last 15 goals. That's the kind of impact that they have had Galaxy kind of looking for that same type of impact from their new signings, Brugman and Ricky Puig. Starting together for the second consecutive time. It's poor distribution out of the back from the Galaxy. It'll be a shake of the head from Greg Vanney, the former Toronto FC head coach. It's been so many years. MLS Cup finals. One title in that run, losing to Seattle on both of those other occasions. So the Galaxy right back in possession. Julian Araujo supported by the French defender Koulibaly. Sega Koulibaly, a little scamper himself, all the way up to the halfway line, squares it for Vasquez, the 35-year-old. Too many starts this year, in fact, his 12th in 20. The fixture that he saw earlier in his career, but a little longer in the tooth than Puig with a lovely ball, and it's opened up for Sami Gracier, who's gotten in behind this left-hand side, enters the penalty area, pulls it back, and there's Chicharito. Too far behind, and it fizzed high for the Mexico man. Galaxy sustained possession behind Puig, who plays it out wide. This is Araujo. Positive football all the way around for both of these two. The Galaxy undaunted, come out on the front foot on the road with an attacking posture. Once again, here's Gasper for Puig. Puig looking for some space, and he finds it in the form of Vasquez, and now Araujo comes in on the right, leaves it for Costa on the edge of the box, fires one to that far post, and no one attacking that far post. Costa at times has had problems really assimilating and fitting into this tactical system for Greg Vanney. Individually, no doubt about his acceleration and his initial burst of pace and technical ability, but just hasn't really found his niche with this team. Really could use that here as they get set for that final playoff push. After tonight, 5 more games remaining in the Galaxy, really in the glut of that fixture list. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but this rounding out a busy August as well. 6 games in 29 days. Didn't start too well for LA, but they've really turned the corner since that loss against Sporting Kansas City earlier this month. Toronto right back in possession. And down goes Larea. He's won the free kick, and it's going to be a booking here against Sami Gracier, it appears, who came in a little too physical. Ted Uncle didn't like it. So Gracier grabbing his 4th yellow card, the first man caution tonight, and just bundling over the likes of the Canadian fullback Larea. No hesitation from the referee, so Gracier first in the referee's books tonight. 15 minutes gone, no goals between Toronto as well as the Galaxy. Galaxy fans, the all-new 2022 City of Dreams kit is available now. This kit honors the clean, classic, and elegant white kits of the Galaxy's past with an LA twist. You can get yours today in the LA Galaxy team store. Right to the left-hand side will be Toronto back in possession. Working it forward for Akinola. Detroit-born, Canada international. Caps to his credit, he fires, and that one just stopped by a smidge. Looked as though Jonathan Bond had it well covered. Another half chance here from about 24 yards away. And plenty of venom and power behind it, but no dip, too much backlift. It goes askew. No doubt about these teams fancying their chances. Attempts, and back the other way we go, and will force Bono all the way to the edge of his penalty area. Thinking perhaps that Toronto would rotate their troops not to be here for Bob Bradley, just bringing him one change in Cozy Thompson, and sticking with that same 4-3-3 setup we've seen throughout large parts of his career. Funny enough, Bob Bradley in his later stages of his career known as a defensive coach. So any longer. Adapted his coaching ideas to the personnel available, as evidenced by such a good run with LAFC. Questions of whether or not the advancing ball had gone out of play. Amidst all the change, Mark Anthony Kane, one of the new faces for this LA Galaxy, or this Toronto FC team, unable to go tonight. For LAFC, man, is really been hopping around clubs. Went over to the Colorado Rapids. Didn't even stay for a full season. He's come right back into the mix of things for Toronto. Signed only last month. But unable to go with a knee injury now, and back the other way come Toronto. Sega Koulibaly, excellent work to muscle it off. He's fouled in the process, and it will be a free kick for LA. Koulibaly, the worse for wear. Well, Galaxy fans, 2023 season ticket memberships are now available. Don't miss out on a moment of home action coming up next season. The Galaxy are for LA, by LA. Join now. Call 1-833-GALAXY or visit lagalaxy.com/season tickets for more information. Physical there from Lorenzo Insigne. Free kick for the Galaxy. Lost the possession here early on. Had just about 60% of it. There are 3 opportunities, just 1 on goal. Toronto yet to test the keeper yet. Giving him plenty to think about. Asked some questions. Good build-up play from the Canadians, but really executed in that final third as of yet. All the way at the other end, and Bond finds his way to Koulibaly, partnering once again Derek Williams, the German-born Irishman, son of an American serviceman, raised in Ireland and spent some time, of course, in England playing for Blackburn Rovers before joining up with the Galaxy. Here's Victor Vasquez, who's dug it out now. Araujo finds his way to Douglas Costa, the former Juve man, reunited with some of his old teammates, namely Domenico Criscito, and it'll be Douglas Costa overhitting it for the advancing Chase Gasper on this near side, attempting the big switch to no avail. So back the other way we go now for Toronto. It's been Lucas McNaughton. Galaxy coming out with really what looks to be a 4-4-2 out of possession. Making those 2 banks of 4 perhaps a little difficult to break down. That is the goal and the aim, and Ricky Puig has done well to win it off the likes of Jaden Nelson. Maybe slight build Puig, but certainly adapts to the physical aspects of the game quite well. Bernardeschi trying to hit it, however, but Williams puts an end to that and clears it away. Naughton now, near side. It'll be Richie Larea linking up well in the center of the park, supported by Bernardeschi here on this near side as Toronto now win it back. Big switch to the opposite angle. Bernardeschi's ball well cut out by Araujo. Now it continues that gallop forward on the right-hand side. This is positive football from the Galaxy fullback, and a great recovery from Mavinga, who covered for Criscito. Had to come across and extinguish the threat. Araujo really trying to settle into his attacking rhythm. He made a name for himself, making those lung-busting runs on the touchline last year, contributing in the attacking half, but he's really found that same quality, that same niche in 2022. Galaxy back in possession. Vasquez inside the Toronto half, wide for Douglas Costa, operating on the right-hand side of midfield in support. Here's Brugman, the Uruguayan, trying to chip it over the top for Gasper, who heads it across the face. Back up for Chicharito, leaves it. Costa has the support, leaves it now. Puig hits it first time for his compatriot. This is Vasquez in the penalty area. And through ball, thought he had the overlap from Douglas Costa, but the intervention from Insigne, able to get it back. Galaxy just kind of sputtering in that final third. Hesitation from Vasquez, giving enough time for Insigne to track back, put out the fire. Costa just trying to hold his run up on that right-hand side. What you want. MLS has it as a 4-4-2. With Ross here, Costa pushing up alongside Chicharito. Really resembles a 4-3-3. With Brugman playing just behind Ricky Pouge in a free roll, and Vasquez just underneath that front trio. They are in possession. That's one thing the Galaxy do have now. It's not just a deeper squad, but a plan B, a different way to go. They can play in a variety of ways, as evidenced from the way they set up from the get-go on Sunday night. Got it here on the throw-in as we hit the midpoint of half number 1. Nelson wins it back, but only as far as Julian Araujo links up nicely with Vasquez, squares it for Brugman. Good football this, and Chicharito is chopped down. Free kick for Los Angeles from about 20 yards away. And it will be just to the right of the D, or the arc on top of the penalty area. Ricky Pouge arguing his case with referee Ted Uncle. Sloppy challenge in the center. It opens up, and this is where the Galaxy can really hurt you. Lovely interchanging football. It's starting to click now, and the injection of Ricky Pouge has added that quality, accelerated the tempo. Not as many careless giveaways as we were seeing throughout stages in the spring and earlier this summer. And it's put Toronto in some real hot water. Galaxy looking to draw first blood where they are oh so dangerous. 10 of their 13 games, and they have scored first this campaign. So a 4-man wall lining up just to the left. To Alex Bono's left-hand side, standing over it will be the left-footed Douglas Costa and Victor Vasquez. And it will be Costa, and he rips one home. That's how you do it. Jogo Bonito from the Brazilian. He's a man for the big occasion. Absolutely brilliant from Douglas Costa, who grabs his 3rd goal in a Galaxy shirt, and Los Angeles jump out in front, 1-0. His 2nd free kick goal from the exact same angle as we saw earlier this season. Brilliantly taken. My goodness, Douglas Costa, an outstanding take from the free kick, and the Galaxy have just the start they wanted. It's set up perfectly for a left footer. And Douglas Costa, showing what made him one of the best wingers in the world at one point, celebrates with Ricky Pouge. The Galaxy, new faces, leaving an imprint. You can't say it wasn't undeserved, so what kind of a reaction will we see from this Toronto FC side, who's not been exactly outplayed? Fired some salvos and asked some questions, but the Galaxy on top early now. Michael Bradley making a foray forward, trying to link up with Akinola. It's broken up. This is Pouge. He's wearing the number 6, which was recently vacated by Ryan Raveloson. And then back to France to play his football. What a hit from Douglas Costa. One to remember in the Galaxy, ticking all the boxes right now. Julian Araujo, some concern right now as he was brought down. Just collided with the defender. And Ted Uncle intervening at just the right occasion. It'll be a throw now for Toronto FC when we do resume. Soccer fans, secure your 2023 partial plan deposits now. Partial plan holders receive priority access for playoffs at a 10% discount at the team store. Call 1-877-3-GALAXY. That's 1-877-342-5299, or email ticketplans@lagalaxy.com today. It was a strain. It was a slight collision, just a muscle strain, and no one really coming into Julian Araujo. That's not a good sign. Attention to his right thigh. Galaxy sitting pretty now. 1-0 after a brilliant free kick effort from Douglas Costa. He's had some media criticism and some fan discontent. That'll do much to endear himself to his new group of supporters. Costa with a sensational free kick back in May against FC Dallas.
Also scored earlier this season in a 3-2 loss away to Seattle in March. So Cabral trying to shake it off here. Sees a roll down. The team medic out there and right on top of things. There's the brother of the Seattle duo, Christian and Alex, from the local Pico Rivera, Southern California area. So play resumes. Galaxy up a goal to nil thanks to a 24th minute beauty of a free kick from Douglas Costa. Puig is bundled over from behind by Kosi Thompson. Puig will grab the top of his head now. This is going to really be of concern. Thompson reckless and cynical. This came right up over the top of Puig, who's grabbing his left ear. Did really well to win it. Puig is a defensive nuisance of himself and tried to ignite the counterattack and just gets caught. And there's no malicious intent there from Thompson, who just falls on top of him but lands on the ear of Ricky Puig. The former Spanish under-21, his interesting situation with Barcelona, expected to be the next big thing in Catalonia. Found himself on the outs last year with Xavi and surplus to requirements this time around. Interesting signing for the Galaxy, perhaps a harbinger of a different type of signing in Major League Soccer. A young European player with a bright future ahead, choosing to cut his teeth in Major League Soccer. Galaxy get it right back, and a long kick from Jonathan Bond will head out of play. Puig appears to be okay, and he's right back on it. It's a good sign. They can really do with his services in this run-in. Toronto right back in possession right now. Near side for Kosi Thompson. Injury for Mark Anthony Cake, classified as a lower body injury. Unable to go. So it'll go back to Alex Bono. Half an hour into this one, and a pretty good one at that. Galaxy starting once again on the front foot, as you would expect. Asprey is getting himself tied up in knots with Richie Larea. Free kick now for Toronto right in front of the LA Galaxy bench. Been dangerous in those wide areas, but a big switch now. And Douglas Costa with a burst of pace. Doesn't have quite that breakaway speed he had earlier in his career. 31-year-old tracked down by Mavinga. Some real poor questionable balls in these big switches Toronto have elected to undertake. Galaxy had picked them off with frequency. Good anticipation from Costa, but it's a nice recovery tackle from the Congolese defender, Chris Mavinga. Left side of that central defensive pairing, along with Lucas McNaughton in that Toronto back four. Gonna play it up the line now, and Koulibaly has to be careful and not to be caught out by Insigne. Galaxy all the way back now for Jonathan Bond. Brugman. Real pleasant surprise for head coach Greg Vanney, but they've been tracking him for quite some time. A team that's really needed a number 6 and a steady presence with better distribution. They've got it. Good two-man game with he and his new teammate Ricky Puig. Here's Sammy Grandcier, this near side, who's won the throw-in just inside the Galaxy half, and back now to Derek Williams. As we head into the final quarter of an hour of half number 1, big switch from Williams to Araujo, who looks to have recovered from that setback a moment ago. Costa in support. This is Victor Vasquez halfway into this Toronto half. It's opened up. Costa thought about it, leaves it for Puig, and Puig just muscled off of it by Bernardeschi, who did well, dropping all the way back on top of his own penalty area. It finds his compatriot Insigne, and a streaking Richie Larea on this right-hand side has made a lung buster of a run, but gets caught in two minds. All the endeavor and all the work, and Larea sends it high. Ricky Puig just making his way towards that penalty area, nudged off of it, muscled out well by Bernardeschi, the Tuscan. Ray really has to do better for Toronto. They want to climb their way back into this one. So the Galaxy will get it back. Bouge. Into the Toronto half now for Chase Gasper. Squares it nicely for Chicharito Hernandez. Grand Cyr hint of it offside. And it's switched back across and it will be offside. Grand Cyr about a yard off. Has to be aware of that, Semi Grand Cyr. Galaxy looking to sharpen everything they can in that final third. Cyr preferred to his countryman Kevin Cabral. Galaxy looking for back-to-back away wins for the first time this season. It's Toronto now in possession. All the way back now. Forward for Aquinola, has the run from Insigne, and just the touch. Good recovery from Araujo, as Koulibaly was a little out of position. Toronto with a very respectable record here on their home ground, 7 wins in 15 games, but too many defeats. It's been hot and cold. Here's Nelson trying to bring it down just in front of that Galaxy penalty area. It's broken for Victor Vasquez, who finds Puig. Two Spaniards combining to very good effect now. Here's the near side for Costa, who's drifted to the left, sending Grand Cyr wide to the right. Consternation with Chase Gasper. Puig running out of space. He's bundled over, no call from the referee, and Toronto able to win it back. With 4 wins in their 12 games on their travels. First in 4. And win on Sunday, and now seeking back-to-back away wins for the first time in 2 years, going back to September of 2020. That strange old pandemic season. So Koulibaly takes over possession. 10 minutes to go until halftime. Great to have you along here on Galaxy Radio. Christian Miles, Galaxy bossing it now with a 24th minute free kick. Douglas Costa, one thing separating them from Toronto FC is a long searching ball trying to pick out the run of Grand Cyr. Picked off easily by Alex Bono in the Toronto goal. I'll go back the other way now for Domenico Criscito. Here's Insigne, their big money signing and designated player. Came over this summer from Napoli. Bernardeschi, former Juventus man, running at it on the right-hand side, hits it on the outside of that left boot. I think too menacing for Bond to deal with. Hey fans, you can help the Galaxy celebrate the 20th anniversary of our first championship team from 2002, coming up this Sunday as we take on Sporting Kansas City. All you have to do is visit lagalaxy.com/schedule to reserve your seats today. Possession, but once goal kick easily picked off by Criscito, claimed by Vasquez, who did well to get stuck in. The Galaxy winning their duels tonight, looking very good doing it, dominating with over 60% of the ball. Thompson, though, bundled off of it by Grand Cyr, didn't take kindly to Ted Uncle's decision. Free kick for Toronto, just inside that Galaxy half. Galaxy going with that 4-3-3 tonight. Similar setup with Toronto FC. There is a lot of space available. Searching ball from Loria over the top and easily into the hands of LA Galaxy goalkeeper Jonathan Bond. 7 shutouts on the campaign. Bond looking for his first clean sheets just about over a month since that 1-0 win against FC Dallas on July 30th. Here's Jaden Nelson now as Toronto able to take over. Once again, can't string anything of consequence together, and here comes Douglas Costa wide on that right-hand side, trying to switch the point of attack for the streaking Ricky Pouge, who's caught by Lorea. Toronto able to get it back at TFC with Michael Bradley. The old man who steadies the helm, 35 years of age now in his 9th season with Toronto. It's wide now for Lorenzo Insigne. Down goes Koulibaly. Insigne puts it on that right foot. He'll fire, and it's blocked really well. Second chance and a second bite of the apple for the Italian. Sends it well high on the mark. Insigne just has not found his footing in this game. Hasn't gotten into the flow. Koulibaly leaving it a little bit of space in behind Julian Araujo. Insigne just riding the edge of that penalty area from the top of the box and fires it well high on the mark. Certainly not what you expect out of a man who's struck 4 times in the last 7 games. That will suit the Galaxy just fine. The Galaxy with the throw-in now. Greg Vanny. Chase Casper in front of him, preferred to Raheem Edwards, who starts on the bench. Casper showing off his versatility as a left wing back on Sunday night, but also coming in as a traditional role as a fullback. He really is an old-fashioned fullback when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it. Blessed with blinding pace, but strong in the tackle. Good in distribution. So LA back in possession now. This is Derek Williams for Gaston Brugman. His 7th appearance since coming over from Real Oviedo. He was on loan from last season. Originally on the books in Parma in Serie A, but with Parma's relegation, opted to play football in the Spanish 2nd division last year. As Gaston Brugman, he's really found himself a home. An impressive debut. Been first name on the team sheet ever since for the 7th time running. Here's Vasquez. Just gets to start. Tricky stuff from him. Skills no less honed at La Masia. Direct ball for Grandsier. Nicely cut out by Lucas McNaughton, and it's broken kindly for Kosi Thompson, the 19-year-old who eludes the challenge of Pouge, but a little too physical. And it's not the first time those two have locked horns, and not the first time that Thompson has made contact with the head of Pouge. Michael Bradley arguing the call with referee Ted Unkel. Clear to see, and it's Thompson who raises that left arm above his shoulder right into the face of Pouge. And you do that, that should be an automatic booking, no matter how you chalk it up. Didn't appear to be anything malicious, but he does hold it up and impedes Pouge and hits him in the head. Letter of the law. Clearly a booking. Wasn't reckless. Wasn't violent conduct. Toronto FC continuing to plead their case with referee Ted Unkel. I don't know how long we'll be listening to that. So Ricky Pouge getting roughed up a little bit. His 3rd Major League Soccer appearance and his 2nd start. He's very slight. Stands about 5'7", about 140 pounds. Goodness, tougher than he looks. A real live wire through midfield. And he has been the glue, attacking catalyst. He's been able to knit that midfield line to the front, whether it be Chicharito Hernandez, Kevin Cabral, Sammy Grandsier, Douglas Costa, or even Dejan Joveljic. We'll go back the other way. Michael Bradley went the drop ball. Criscito, left fullback, now the twilight of his career at 35 years of age after featuring for Genoa. Signed late in June on a TAM contract and debuted against San Jose, has been a fixture ever since. Bernardeschi, the other Italian, supported by the Congolese Mavinga. This is the Canadian teenager Nelson now for Domenico Criscito. Akinola can't get a hold of it. Toronto could really do with a good spell this. 42nd minute, LA up a 1-0 thanks to a 24th minute free kick from Douglas Costa. Certainly has played the part from dead balls this season. Nowhere to go for Michael Bradley. Better defending through midfield now. Galaxy tougher to play against. Toronto unable to pass their way through it. Here's Nelson working his way on that left-hand side past Criscito. This is Lorenzo Insigne just on the edge of the Galaxy box. Criscito's cross is blocked and it's brought down from Douglas Costa, who's ripped down by Criscito. No call from the referee. Aquinola fires. Good block in from Derek Williams. Oh, goodness. Well, that wasn't a foul is beyond me. It was a clothesline tackle there from Criscito, bringing down his old Juve teammate, Douglas Costa. Criscito wide. This is Insigne. Trying to conjure up that Italian magic. Insigne closed down by Costa and Julian Araujo. And you'll need some support here. Well won back from Araujo, who did brilliantly just to relieve the pressure for the time being. Late stages of half number 1. The Galaxy looking for victory number 12 in 2022. What would be their third last 4 games. Put them on the pedestal, really, of that top 4 position in the Western Conference. And when you think about it, on 37 points, that magic number around 46 to 48 points, which should theoretically qualify them for the playoffs. Really do themselves a world of good. Excellent ball out of the back. Sami Grandcir now on the front foot. Here come the Galaxy in transition. Good recovery from Toronto. Gasper plays it near side. The inside-out run from Grandcir, met by a full-blooded challenge from the 27-year-old Canadian Richie Larea. He's operating it right back today. Signed for Nottingham Forest, Larea, back in January and immediately loaned back earlier this month. Forest embarking on their Premier League campaign after promotion last year. Here's Brugman meanwhile. The Galaxy bossing it. Final minute plus added on time at BMO Field in beautiful Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Here's Ricky Puig. At the center of a lot tonight for LA so far. Sega Koulibaly whips it over to this left-hand side. Here's Derek Williams, who enters the Toronto half and gets caught in possession, dives in, brings down Nelson. It's real rough and tumble stuff. Referee orders play to be waved on. Puig with a lovely ball wide to the right. Here's Costa, who squares it back to the Spaniard, trying to slot it through for Chicharito. He's a little bit too far behind the former Man United man. Galaxy enjoying a really good spell right now, and they'd love to tack on one more just before halftime. Be a knockout blow for Toronto. Such a critical juncture of any game right before halftime from the outset of the second half. A vast alteration on a team's psyche and motivation. Here's Larea. He's found his way into the LA half. Bernardeschi off on a scamper, can't quite control it. He's kind of that inverted presence. Bernardeschi, similar to what we see with Douglas Costa for the Galaxy. Left-footed on that right-hand side. It's put in now, that's pushed in for Larea, and out comes Jonathan Bond, who did really well. Good movement from Larea, who made that cut just across the top of the penalty area before Bond plucked it off of his feet at the last possible moment. Enterprising play, attractive stuff here from Toronto. Bradley started it off, and it was Nelson who found that run, the inside channel, but Bond was always going to get there first. Jonathan Bond, all 6'6" of him, getting down quick, nimble, speedy feet from such a big man. The Englishman from Hemel Hempstead, just outside of London. Big performance from Jonathan Bond, making 7 huge saves. Most he's made all season against New England. So the Galaxy now looking at the likes of a free kick. Toronto have yet to really test the goalkeeper despite pretty good spells of possession, but let's put a shot on target. As a result, Bond yet to be tested or to make a save. Bernardeschi standing over it. It's located centrally. 4 minutes have been added on. Bernardeschi. We're about 25 yards out. The Galaxy lining up in a 6-man wall. It will be Federico Bernardeschi, who's part of that Euro 2020 winning team. Bernardeschi wraps his left foot around it, buries it right into the wall, which did its job to good effect. Larea, though, sustains the pressure for the Canadian hosts. And a no-nonsense challenge from Grandcere as we head into the third of the 4 minutes of stoppage time allotted by referee Ted Uncle. Sign for Larea. Nelson can't control it. Ricochets out. Toronto will once again have the throw-in. Coming up at halftime, I'll keep you apprised of all the other scores in Major League Soccer. Let's have a look at stats and some analysis. It's all coming up in the halftime show here on Galaxy Radio. Your side now, the Galaxy on the burst. Chance to counterattack. Vasquez, poor ball for Douglas Costa. Puig swarming like a bee to honey. Brilliantly done by Ricky Puig. Continues to buzz about. Douglas Costa supported now. The Galaxy trying to finish with a flourish as we head into that final minute of the 4 added on by the referee. Wide to the right-hand side. Julian Araujo inside of his own half, supported by Sega Koulibaly, the 25-year-old Frenchman. Been with the club for just a little over a year now, Koulibaly. It's broken well by Bavinga. Insigne, Akinola turns around and fires. Good block once again. Bernardeschi squares it. So perhaps the referee's flag had gone up. Yes, indeed. And it was the AR. Had his flag up. Once again, extinguishing a good move. Toronto really just looking out of sync, disjointed in that attacking third. They've been able to get at the Galaxy, but Bernardeschi about a half a yard offside. Making Akinola. So that will do it. First half is in the books, and the Los Angeles Galaxy trading blows in the first 20 minutes or so. However, it was Douglas Costa who had the final say in the first half with a 24th minute beauty of a free kick. And that is where we stand. It is halftime at BMO Field in Toronto, Canada, and the scoreline reads Toronto FC 0, the LA Galaxy 1.
In the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage on their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
This LA Galaxy halftime is brought to you by Wingstop, the flavor of the LA Galaxy. Order now at wingstop.com.
Toronto, and so far so good for the Los Angeles Galaxy as they find themselves up a 0-0 thanks to a 24th minute beauty of a free kick from Douglas Costa, and that is where we stand. Happy to have you along. I'm Christian Miles. Let's get you updated on some of the other scores around Major League Soccer before we break this one down for you. In Philadelphia, early doors in the second half, and red-hot Philadelphia 2-1 so far on the 49th minute against visiting Atlanta. Goalless at halftime between Columbus at home to Miami. Montreal late down a 0-0 to New York Red Bulls up in Canada. New England at halftime, goalless at home against Chicago. A delay between Orlando and Seattle, which was supposed to kick off at 4:30 Pacific, but is yet to get going. And New York City FC 0, DC 0 early in the first half. Later tonight, it'll be Houston entertaining LAFC. Colorado on the road to Nashville. Austin at home to Portland, while Real Salt Lake will play host to Minnesota United. So plenty to talk about in Major League Soccer, and the Galaxy, we're really hoping a lot of the other teams can do them a solid, but they are putting themselves really in pole position right now. Had the better of the play in the first half, had the better of the possession, and had the better of the opportunities in front of goal. It wasn't without worry as the Canadians were able to get at them, but it's been really flat amongst that Toronto front trio of Lorenzo Insigne, Aki Nola, as well as Bernardeschi, who have really just not made the right decisions and have yet to test goalkeeper Jonathan Bond. I'm sure that is something that will make Greg Vanney very happy as he comes back to his old stomping grounds for the first time since leaving Toronto a couple of years ago, and now would love to walk out with a victory. But a lot of time between now and then. The Galaxy, plenty to feel good about. We'll talk about how the changes have affected this Galaxy, what they've done right, and what they might want to do the next time around. It's halftime here in Toronto, and it's the Galaxy leading a 0-0. Stick around. More to come here on the Halftime Show here on Galaxy Radio right after this.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year. Powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
And welcome back. It is halftime at BMO Field in Toronto, and Toronto FC trailing the LA Galaxy, finding themselves up a 0-0 thanks to a 24th minute free kick from Douglas Costa. Let's break down the numbers for you and get some analysis coming your way. The Galaxy with 56% of the possession in the first half, really looking the dominant team on top of them, spending a lot of this game played inside that Toronto half. They've dominated in terms of creating better chances as well, with 2 opportunities on goal. 3 shots in total. Toronto have yet to test the goalkeeper with nothing on target as of yet. The Galaxy really putting in some good blocks on the top of that penalty area, a series of half chances from Toronto FC, who, as I mentioned earlier, lacking a little bit of attacking polish despite that new Italian renaissance that's been coming through. In terms of passing, the Galaxy on target with 86% passing accuracy and about 65 more passes than this Toronto team. And saves, well, 1 save for Alex Bono, who hasn't been too busy, and nothing to do yet for Jonathan Bond. The Galaxy have yet to take a corner. They are amongst the top 3 in terms of taken corner kicks in Major League Soccer, but have yet to apply that type of presence into this game in the first half, and looking resolute defensively. Remember, it's a Galaxy team that does have 7 shutouts, but would love to get back into the mix once again. A team that hasn't had too many clean sheets as of late. A lot of those shutouts coming early on in the campaign. Just 1 clean sheet in their last 8 games in Major League Soccer, so they'd love to get back to winning ways in that department, and their first shutout since the 30th of July in that 1-0 triumph over FC Dallas. But so far, so good. And this, of course, signs of things to come, perhaps. The Galaxy on top, starting well. As we mentioned, they've won 10 of their 13 games in which they have struck first. So certainly that bodes well for them. But a team that doesn't look easy to play against, hard to play against. They're less careless in midfield, stringing good possession together. They have knitted that midfield to the attack. The lines are connected, and a lot to feel good about right now. We're going to step aside. When we return, we'll have the second half kickoff. LA away to Toronto next.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage on their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
It's time now for the second half of our contest. This LA Galaxy match is brought to you by Herbalife, nutrition for a better life.
Welcome back as we get set for the start of half number 2. Great to have you along wherever you may be listening here on Galaxy Radio. I'm Christian Miles, and the Galaxy continue their good run of form, finding the back of the net midway through the first half on a glorious free kick from Douglas Costa, and that is where we stand. We'll see if there are any changes coming out of the gates here in the early parts of half number 2, but an attack that came into this game really on song, scoring 10 goals in the previous 3 games. The Galaxy continue their high-scoring ways on the front foot. A couple of opportunities, troubling Alex Bono, but not getting at him quite enough, I'm sure, for their liking. They want to put this one out of its misery and walk away with all 3 points and really ascend their way up this Western Conference standings. Where they will land, that will remain to be seen. Of course, namely a lot of other Western Conference teams in action tonight, and their outcomes could have a huge bearing on where the Galaxy will land, as this team that has only had 1 playoff appearance since 2016, trying to get back to its usual winning tradition. So the Galaxy coming out, and they'll be going from left to right in their City of Dreams kit, in the white, Toronto in their home red, and a homecoming tonight for Victor Vasquez as well as head coach Greg Vanney. Second half is in play. Galaxy start us off in possession. So all the way back now for Derek Williams, using his goalkeeper, Jonathan Bond. Galaxy bossing it, as I mentioned, with 57% of the possession in the first half. They'll, of course, want to build upon that. They feel that they are a possession team, but Galaxy trying to get goal side of Lorea Sami Grandsier, who was a little more missed than hit in the first half. The only man booked for Los Angeles, the only man booked in the game. Chase Gasper now tracks it down. The Galaxy restore possession all the way back to Derek Williams, the 29-year-old center half from the Republic of Ireland. Galaxy give it away. Puig, though, onto it in a flash. He's so well honed at winning the ball back. Adept at doing that, as good as he is at passing it. And Michael Bradley can't dig it out. It's claimed by Chicharito Hernandez, who acquits himself back on that front line. It's a 4-3-3 for the Galaxy. It's as you were, so no substitutions for head coach Greg Vanney. See, the same rings true for LA, or rather Toronto. So no substitutions for the visitors. It's as you were. A team that only made 1 change from the side that won away to Charlotte on Saturday. A little extra day rest for Toronto as the Galaxy were in action on Sunday evening. Talk about a tight turnaround, but a short little, about an hour-and-a-half flight from New England to Toronto. Nelson gets himself caught. Julian Arano is brought to ground right in front of Bob Bradley, who's absolutely irate with referee Ted Uncle, saying his defender got all ball. Bradley, of course, as Coach so many teams in Major League Soccer. LAFC, Chicago Fire, New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. Former head coach of the U.S. national team as well for about 5 years before being replaced by Jurgen Klinsmann. Galaxy in possession, and they get it right back. Huge switch from Julian Araujo. A lovely switch at that. Kept in by Gasper on that left-hand side, and Williams will help it all the way back for his goalkeeper, Jonathan Bond. Gasper. And Ricky Puig trying to send this one forward. What a ball it was. It captured all the highlight reels all over Instagram and YouTube. If you haven't seen it, folks, log on and take a look. That assist in the first half, setting up the 15th minute goal for Chicharito Hernandez. Something of a thing of beauty, that's for sure. Way to announce himself in Major League Soccer. He's trying to go up over the top. Toronto, it's broken down. Not the best of defending for Gasper. Pulled all the way back by Toronto, but how about the backtracking of Douglas Costa, able to clear it away. Here's Victor Vasquez now for Puig, who quickly plays, so good in transition now. And Sammy Grosier's popped up on the edge of that Toronto penalty area. Puig trying to play it quickly. He's just out-muscled and won back by Lucas McNaughton. Galaxy trying to apply the pressure, much more speedy and decisive. Play simpler. Side now for Nelson. Bob Bradley in his first year in charge after swapping Toronto from LA. Here's Michael Bradley. Lovely touch from Insigne. This is better now, right on the top of the penalty area. Larea leaves it wide to the right-hand side. Bernardeschi has his pocket pick. Excellent 1v1 defending from Derek Williams. Stopped the Italian dead in his tracks, Bernardeschi. But Toronto able to get it back. And up and over the top, it could be in for Insigne, but still the flag probably would have gone up. Difficult ball up and over the top for Insigne, the little Italian, to get a hold of. Hot shot new designated player. And big money signing. So all the way back now to the near side for Toronto, trying to get some semblance of possession, but it's a little sloppy distribution out of the back from them. Insigne to be on about $15 million annual contract. The highest paid player in Major League Soccer. So yellow card issued to Toronto. Ted Uncle doling out his second. This one for time wasting from Lucas McNaughton, no doubt about it. And as much for unsporting-like conduct than anything. So McNaughton, despite the protests, becomes the first man booked for Toronto FC by referee Ted Uncle. So playing more of an ebb than a flow right now. Hey, Galaxy fans, don't miss out on 2023 season ticket memberships, which are available right now. Don't miss out on a moment of home action coming up next season. The Galaxy are for LA, by LA. Join now, call 1-8773-GALAXY or visit lagalaxy.com/season tickets for more information. So some conversations for Victor Vasquez, referee Ted Uncle, 64-year-old Bob Bradley continuing John, referee Ted Uncle. Nevertheless, the booking for McNaughton. Grabs his 5th of the season. Toronto nil, LA 1. Some extra words from Victor Vasquez. Victor and Michael Bradley going at it. Those two old buddies during their time Toronto together. So a quick trot over now, and referee Ted Uncle's going to take a look. Not quite sure as to what. He's going to confer and check the monitor right now. Victor Vasquez. Was there a touch to the head? Not quite sure exactly what is happening. Ted Uncle's going to take a look at this one. It could be violent conduct, so it's pushed into McNaughton, who tries to clear it off the touch line. It's clearance straight into Victor Vasquez. Referee had signaled flag up, and then he kicks it, but not sure how much he knew, and this could be a throw-in here. It's not going to be violent conduct, and in my estimation, that's a good call from Ted Uncle. Took his time, looked at the monitor, and that really could have been catastrophic for Toronto. So a throw-in for LA. McNaughton, still the yellow card, not the red card. That's where we stand on 54 minutes after Ted Uncle went all the way to the byline monitor behind Alex Bono's goal to confirm the call. So we play on now. That will be a lengthy period, I'm sure, that will be added on at the end of this one. Back all the way to left fullback. Pichito pushes it forward, but claimed by LA's Gaston Brugman. The question is if he could play that number 6 position by himself as a lone pivot. And he's done just that. Had a wonderful debut against FC Dallas. He's been the perfect fit in the center of midfield ever since. Here's Ricky Puig now trying to set the table. Plays it over now for an onside Costa, who squares it across. Puig keeps it alive. And Costa now working his way down the right-hand side, trying to go back to the byline. Great looking cross, and Puig sets it up now, and it's Grancier who couldn't latch onto it with the volley. And a chance for Toronto to break. Akinola brought down by Brugman. My goodness, what an on game. Strange old one right now, as it's more ebb and flow. We go right back the other way, and here comes Larrea. Leaves it off. We'll see Thompson now. Nelson leaves it. Insigne hits it first time. The volley is on, and it's Bernardeschi at the far post, but it's going to be disallowed. Offside. Bernardeschi. And when fizzed in by his countryman, Insigne stuck up a big right foot and redirected it in, but it won't count. That's going to be a big decision, but the correct one. No doubt about it. Insigne coming close here, just tries to hit it first time, and about a half a body width offside. Excellent technique from Federico Bernardeschi. And the Galaxy let off the hook here. So a chance to go right back the other way, and a full head of steam for Douglas Costa, has the hard-charging Julian Araujo. It rewards him with a good ball in. Flag stays down. 2 at the far post. Chicharito! And that one blocked. Excellent counterattack. Slick as you like. Greased lightning, if you will. The Galaxy attacking with alacrity and precision. Look at this. As they come all the way across from Julian Araujo, the setup is there with 2 at the far post. They got in behind. Toronto unawares. A heavy touch from Chicharito. Not the best from him. You'll want to have that one back, and the Galaxy miss out on a golden opportunity to go out in front by 2. Nevertheless, they've earned the corner kick in their first of the evening. Vasquez on that far side standing over at 57th minute, and Vasquez whips one into that far post, but no one attacks it, and it'll come out for a goal kick. My oh my. What a sequence. He's able to get it back now, and Koulibaly is bowled over. Well, you can help the Galaxy celebrate the 20th anniversary of their first ever MLS championship coming up on Sunday as we take on Sporting Kansas City. All you have to do is visit lagalaxy.com/schedule to reserve your seats today. 1-0 the scoreline. First half free kick from Douglas Costa doing all the damage here for the Galaxy, who've been the better team on the balance and deserving. Lacking sharpness now, but high pressure to make it difficult out of the back for LA. Good spacing. Noah's Araujo plays it in. It's a streaking run from Sami Grancier, who's in. It's Sami Grancier, whose touch just gets away from him. Surely was in, and Larea able to recover. It's a retaliatory tackle from Grancier, who's got to be careful here. Grancier carrying a yellow card, and a silly challenge from the Frenchman. You have to say he just didn't get it right. It was beautifully played out of the back from Araujo. Grancier was goal side, found himself in a 1v1. Touch let him down, really took the chance away. And after losing possession, just dives in and commits the foul. Under Grancier carrying that yellow card from the first half. He has to tread lightly. Galaxy able to get it back. Here's Williams. Smart ball for Victor Vasquez. Well weighted now near side as this one gets a little stretched. Araujo unable to get goal side of Bavinga. The Galaxy give it up. It will be the goal kick. Grancier was in. Got goal side of Larea, and his touch just made it more difficult for himself than necessary. Galaxy with 12 goals. Previous 4 games coming in, led by a 5-goal outburst a couple of weeks ago, and then 5-2 win in Carson over Vancouver. Luis Costa, though, the only name on the score sheet today as we head into the hour mark. Great to have you along wherever you may be listening. This is Galaxy Radio. Galaxy bossing it. About 60% of the possession. Better the chances, but far from home and dry, that's for sure. Worked it wide to the right-hand side. Here comes Toronto. Is Larea playing more advanced from his right back role. He's got the support of Lucas McNaughton, an interesting character, McNaughton. Born in the USA, raised in Belgium. Canadian and Austrian parents. But the Galaxy have gotten it back. Here's Grancier waiting for the ball in. Fires one himself and gets it all wrong. Sami Grancier putting his best foot forward tonight. Put himself in a great position though. Won it back. Skirted that penalty area. Lovely 1-2 with Victor Vasquez. He's got to put that on target, Grancier. So we'll see a switch now. The first substitute of the game, and it will be Noble Okello coming in to replace Jaden Nelson. So Jaden Nelson comes off, teenager for a teenager. Okello will get a run out. He's only played 4 times this season. He'll take up a role in midfield. Looks to be like for like. Let's see. Okello, one of those homegrown players from the Toronto area. He's been with the club for 10 years since a young youth. In fact, joined up with Toronto at the age of 12 and came through the Toronto SC system. Spent some time overseas. Denmark, they've come right back the other way, and here they'll come behind number 99, Ifun Ananyachi Achara. Here's Michael Bradley. So 2 substitutions, Okello and Achara back on, and here is Achara on the turn, squares it out. The number 9 has come in, and oh my goodness, the other substitute, Jesus Jimenez, undressing the Galaxy. And just like that, Toronto FC have equalized. Well executed. Jimenez, the Spaniard, with his 9th of the season, came on at halftime and has changed this game. A change in the attack, and it was Achara peeling around his mark and squaring it for Jesus Jimenez, who hit it first time, bottom corner. And the Galaxy, against the run of play, have conceded just when things were going nicely for them. Find themselves back on level terms. My goodness, what a turnabout here. So a whole series of substitutions just moments ago here in the second half. Just coming on, Achara and Nelson on the 61st minute. And they immediately pay dividends. Part of a trio of changes. Achara on, Jimenez on, and Okello on as Nelson, Akinola, and Thompson have come off. Now the Galaxy with it all to do. What kind of a response will we see from Los Angeles, who've had their cage rattled? Did emerge victorious against New England, but large stretches New England outplaying the Galaxy, had a majority of the possession. Some quality chances as well, New England, but just couldn't finish it off. And Toronto, for all of their ineptitude in the first half, put together some good moves, constructed some nice build-up play. The Galaxy looking to do the same here as they work it wide on the left-hand side, and that's too strong for Douglas Costa, who overhits it for Chase Gasper. Still no changes from Los Angeles. So we might see another change now as well. Throw it now for Toronto FC. Trying to continue on that rich vein of form that has only seen them lose once in their last 7 games since big money signings have come in. Back the other way, trying to pick out Achara. Achara, Nigerian in the front line. Bernadeschi's gotten it back. Jimenez waiting for it. The Galaxy in all kinds of problems in hot water defensively. Bernadeschi leaves it. Bradley takes the block, and Gasper gets a foot to it to block it. But certainly Los Angeles need to get it together here. Discombobulated, lost their shape, and we're going to see another switch. Shane O'Neill's going to come on for Toronto FC. Gasper doesn't clear his lines, goes right back to Bernadeschi, who sets it up, and Gasper does atone, but my goodness, that could have been catastrophic. Better play from Toronto with the bit between their teeth. They're trying to graft it out. So the Irish defender, Shane O'Neill, coming on for McNaughton. And no doubt that move probably more motivated that yellow card that McNaughton received earlier than anything. So O'Neill was actually the out-and-out starter large stretches of the season. He comes on for just his 5th substitute appearance. 21 games, the ensuing corner. Vaughn flaps at it, and the bicycle kick from Insigne goes well off the mark. Lorenzo Insigne, no doubt, the flair for the dramatic. As it went far post, Bond doesn't catch, and Insigne tries to punish him directly. Good elevation on it. Insigne had the angle, got over it, but it's just wide of the post. What a career he had at Napoli, born and bred in Naples. A couple of Coppa Italians and a Supercoppa as well. So the Galaxy now trying to slice open. It's Victor Vasquez calling his own number. Good block from Toronto. Koulibaly just stumbles, but it's Araujo with the recovery now. And Puig, who's kind of faded out of the picture as of late. The Galaxy trying to hit on the break. Here's Gaston Guzman. A carry by himself, chips it. Kind of got caught in 2 minds. Didn't have a whole host of options, the Uruguayan. Good presence, as I mentioned, reads the game well. Wonderful point distribution to start the attacks in front of that back four. And here comes Insigne, who turns on the Jets, blowing right past Douglas Costa, the former Serie A starlets. Now in the later stages of their career, locking horns over the years. And the Galaxy will bring on Efrain Alvarez here, their first substitution in the 67th minute, and it will be Alvarez on for the goal scorer, Douglas Kolstad. So Efra, as they call him, making his 22nd appearance, and it will be Kevin Cabral as well, along with Raheem Edwards. So a triple switch. Probably a smart move here from Greg Vandy, because the Galaxy are looking fatigued. So Cabral replacing Rancière, Alvarez for Douglas Kolstad, and a change to the attack in that middle. And it will be Raheem Edwards, I believe, replacing the likes of Chase Gasper. Still two substitutions available. Higher pressure from Toronto, are on top of LA right now. They made the adjustments. Can the Galaxy react? Not a change of shape. See Efrain Alvarez. Perhaps a slight change of shape. So Cabral will take up a role on the left-hand side. Alvarez on the right with Chicharito up top, and Vasquez hovering just underneath alongside, supported by Ricky Bouge. Back for Alex Bono. That really hasn't had a lot to do. It's a poor ball out. Trying to find his way to Bernardeschi. He's been a real danger and a nuisance, especially in the first half. We are past the midpoint of half number 2. Great to have you along. This is Galaxy Radio. We're knotted up at 1 apiece. Toronto with the reply thanks to Jesus Jimenez, who came on just a moment before scoring. Kello gets it back, and here comes Michael Bradley trying to mount the counterattack. And Insigne just floated between the gaps in the lines now. Opens up for Jimenez, who squares it for the Italian. Insigne needs some support. And Bradley just loses his footing, and this one really becoming open and stretched. Here's Efrain Alvarez's first touch, supported by Victor Vasquez. Back on his old stomping ground in Brugman now. It's a 4v5. Wide the left-hand side, Cabral gets a touch. It's Kevin Cabral firing and testing the wits of Bono. A good hit from Kevin Cabral, who opened up his hips, put it on that right, and kept it low, forcing the keeper to get down. Decent effort. Both teams able to get at each other and slice each other open, and Raheem Edwards in some difficulty. Edwards did play a part on Sunday night, well rested. Maybe carrying a little bit of a hamstring niggle, nonetheless. Just colliding with Mavinga, and Edwards coming up the worst for wear. It was Mavinga's shoulder he met head on. Great effort from the Galaxy, trying to find the immediate answer. And Jesus Jimenez, the forgotten Spaniard amongst the Italian complexion of this team as of late, says, hey, hold a minute, I'm still here. I'm still the top scorer on this team. Some consternation as to whether this was a foul and if it should be a corner kick or possession back to LA. Mavinga will have to come off. It was Bradley just got sandwiched as Raheem Edwards leaped over the top on Mavinga. Raheem Edwards, the Toronto man as well, part of that 2017 MLS winning team. Vasquez, Eric Zavaleta, who's traveled with the team but not included in the 18. Here goes Brugman, now has found the space. Tries to reverse it through, Chicharito pulls it back. Chicharito, good block there from Shane O'Neill. It drops for Vasquez. Trying to conjure up something positive, but the Galaxy will have another corner kick. So Mavinga able to come back on and restore numerical parity. Second corner of the night for LA. Under 20 minutes left in this one. This is match day 27. They'll take it short. This is Puig. Has the support, driven in by Cabral, and it's broken up by Achata. He's done well, Achata. Powerful presence in the center of the park. Finds his way to Lorenzo Insigne, sends it forward, but Jonathan Bond wisely coming out of his penalty area. Galaxy able to win it back. One of those strange matches that it doesn't have the double ramifications in the Western Conference as it does when you're playing against a intra-conference foe. Points are points at this stage of the season. Here's Victor Vasquez with his head up, and he's got several options. Puig continues his run. Efra pops up on the edge of the box, puts it on that left, back to the right, and allows Insigne to drop all the way back and dribble it clear. Well done from the Italian. Insigne tending to the dirty work. What he's renowned for. Down an astute presence, a good dribble over the ball too. His work rate exemplary, and he's muscled off of it, and the Galaxy able to get it back. This is Brugman, near side, finding his way to Vasquez. The Galaxy trying to reclaim the lead. Ball in from Vasquez, trying to pick out Chicharito. It bounces inside the penalty area. Michael Bradley goes down into the challenge of Chicharito, and Bradley didn't take kindly to it, as he thought he was undercut, and Chicharito swarmed by 3 defenders. Some theatrics going on here. Bradley immediately up. Was Bradley challenging for the ball, Chicharito getting up and underneath. So is Bradley 50-50 ball, and it was Chicharito who stuck himself underneath it. And Chicharito going down. This is closed down, and Toronto players all over him. Much ado about nothing in my book. Theatrics from Chicharito, bordering ridiculous, but Toronto needs to cool their jets. Not put their hands all over Javier 14. Right-hand side now, and Toronto FC will reclaim possession. It's broken now for Kevin Cabral, but it'll be called back for a foul. This game really, it almost has a local derby feel. 15 minutes remaining, still 1-1. Happy to have you along on Galaxy Radio. Toronto trying to steer themselves back into the playoffs. In today in the 11th position on 33 points, but only found themselves 3 points out of that last playoff spot. Galaxy in the 7th position. Chance to vault themselves perhaps as high as the top 4. Here's Okello trying to play it for Insigne to no avail, and it's broken for Los Angeles. This is Sega Koulibaly for Gaston Brugman and Ricky Puig. All the way back for Derek Williams. Awkward for the Irishman, and Toronto able to reclaim. Puig trying to out-muscle Michael Bradley for it. He's done brilliantly. Ricky Puig not backing down. We've seen a real strong resilience from him. Will he get his feet in? Leading into challenges, getting stuck in and winning balls, intercepting passes. Sega Koulibaly just manhandling Difunanyachi Achata, Nigerian striker. Toronto in possession. O'Neal works it for the right fullback, Lorea, who's rides the challenge well from Cabral. This one really has a physical element to it. Tackles flying in, temperatures rising, rushes of blood to the head, whatever you want to call it. Koulibaly, excellent ball. Efrain Alvarez touches it back for Julian Araujo. This is Victor Vasquez, who wheels his way around. Get himself caught up in hot water here, and it's Brugman covered up nicely now. Finds his way to Puig. Chicharito lays it off now. Central for Alvarez at the top of the area now. This is brewing. Here comes Efrain Alvarez. Leaves it for Julian Araujo. Squares it across, and no one arriving for the Galaxy. It was right on the doorstep on the 6-yard box. Wonderfully played across, and that what Julian Araujo is screaming at his teammates. He did everything right, Araujo. And When a ball like that is fizzed in, someone has to make that run near and far. No Galaxy player able to latch onto it, but they do have their third corner. They'll take it short. Victor Vasquez. 77th minute, Puig squares. Efrain Alvarez takes a touch and fires, but straight in. So Bono. Not much power on that as it kept low, but not enough to trouble the Toronto keeper. Range of passing and the vision of Ricky Puig sets the table for Alvarez, who had a chance to take the touch just on the edge of the box. Back the other way. This is back and forth, almost a tennis game. Insigne. Working on the left-hand side, bearing down on the Galaxy penalty area. He'll switch it out to the right. Finding his way to Larea, who set up camp inside the Galaxy half. This is Bernardeschi. The Italian has his pocket picked, and here comes Kevin Cabral, and he's trying to beat O'Neal for pace down this left-hand side. Oh, Cabral plays it out in front, but too far for Chicharito. Dangerous in the counterattack as things open up. Vasquez brilliantly done to pick the pocket of Jimenez. Here comes Puig dropping into that central midfield role. Gaston Brugman. Vasquez working around. Puig popping up. These two just have a really similar style and able to read each other well. Vasquez and Brugman as well as Ricky Puig. Cabral stepping in. Here's the overlap now on the left-hand side. The Galaxy with possession. Puig on it. Looking for some options, and Brugman will send it out wide to the left-hand side. Finds his way to Cabral. This is better. Brugman is in. So too is Raheem Edwards, looking to bite the hand that used to feed him. Down goes Edwards inside the penalty area. It'll be a free kick for Toronto FC. Good effort. Hey, soccer fans, you can secure your 2023 partial plan deposits now. Partial plan holders receive priority access for playoffs and a 10% discount at the team store. Call 1-877-3-GALAXY. That's 1-877-342-5299, or you can email us at ticketplans@lagalaxy.com today. 10 minutes left in this one. Plus added on time. They're both going for the jugular. Bernardeschi is in behind, and Bernardeschi is in. Shot down by Edwards. All eyes to the referee. It's a penalty kick for Toronto FC as Raheem Edwards was caught. And Bernardeschi able to get goal side and set up a trip to the spot. No doubt. And it was Edwards out of position, and a rash challenge just dove in. It's not the best of defending, is it? First he loses out, right back the other way, and Bernardeschi off to the races. And diving in is Edwards. Penalty kick. And Mark Anthony Kaye will celebrate. So Bernardeschi will step up. Already with 5 goals in 7 games. This time from the spot, Jonathan Bond. He's faced 3 penalties, 2 have been scored. Did save Johnny Russell earlier this month. Can he do it again? A huge moment this on a knife edge. 81st minute, Federico Bernardeschi, the cultured Italian from Tuscany, against the Englishman Bond. Bernardeschi buries it. Bond got a touch, but enough to power it through, and Toronto capture their first lead. It's 2-1 to TFC. Just too much power from Bernardeschi, who hit it well. But no doubt about the penalty. It's foolish from Raheem Edwards. You can't argue it. Now Bond guessed right and got a good hand, but Bernardeschi, not exactly the best angle, but you have to say the Italian got a little bit lucky and Bond unlucky. Left a hand up there. Bernardeschi chipped it, tried to go over the roof. Lost his footing as he took it. So, what a comeback here from Toronto. We trailed for the first hour or so. Toronto 2, LA 1, and there is hope in Ontario. So the Galaxy still with 2 substitutions available. Coming back from a goal down after Douglas Costa had given them the lead, Jesus Jimenez and Federico Bernardeschi from the penalty spot, earning it and converting it. And now the Galaxy with it all to do here in the final 7 minutes plus added on time. Alvarez for Vasquez. They probed and picked their way. Good turn from Vasquez, but straight into the gloves of Bono, who had to deal with Chicharito Hernandez. Made that run to the near post, but a little too high for him. Playing some good football. Some of the best we've seen since he signed with LA. Disastrous 2020 well behind him. He's managed to stay fit down the stretch. Remember, missed about 13 games in 2021, and we'll see a change. It'll be a 2-striker setup. 4th substitution for LA, and it will be Victor Vasquez coming off, and the super sub, Dejan Jovalic, stepping on when the Galaxy need goals, so they'll go to 2 strikers up top. So we'll see what it sets up like for LA. Don't see Jovalic and Chicharito play together too much. Only about 3 or 4 times this season. Here's Insigne. No big hurry right now, and he's bundled out of play over the touchline. Referee Ted Uncle's going to go to the yellow card against Julian Araujo. That was Insigne at goal side of Araujo. Araujo collecting his 5th yellow card. He won't miss out on the next fixture on Sunday night at home to Sporting Kansas City. Just a silly challenge, just dove in, no doubt about it. So Jovalic on, Vasquez off, booking for Araujo, joining Gracier in the books. 3rd man caution tonight for both teams, the 2nd for Los Angeles. Toronto back in possession and in the driver's seat. Domenico Criscito all the way back for Alex Bono. 6'3" American. He's been in and out of the starting lineup this year. Efrain Alvarez able to get it back. They need a good turn quickly. Williams strides into the Toronto half. 5 minutes left in this one. Jovalic with his first touch. Edwards, can he atone for his mistake? Puig. He's just kind of faded out of the picture in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Raheem Edwards now for Julian Araujo. Leaves it wide. The Galaxy setting up inside the Toronto half. Buried down on goal, but Cabral's through ball. Trying to pick out Budman, who made the run. The Galaxy have to be careful. They can't be caught out here. Insigne into the LA half. Hits the long diagonal, trying to pick out a Chara. Puig first to it, and the Galaxy regain it. See the urgency right now. The Galaxy feel really aggrieved. They don't take something out of this one. They've been positive, held the lead for about 50 for a large spell. Here's Alvarez trying to set it up for Chicharito Hernandez on the 1-2, and it's cleared away by Shane O'Neill. Out of play, thrown on this near side. Always a robust crowd presence. Once again in full voice, full throat. Criscito very slow to get up. Galaxy with their 6th game in 29 days tonight. They return home, take on Sporting Kansas City Sunday before having 6 days off and paying a visit to Nashville, their brand new stadium, and then hitting the road 4 days later to Vancouver, then returning home on the 17th for a clash against the Colorado Rapids before paying a visit to San Jose on the 24th and closing out at home to Real Salt Lake in October. And the final day of the season decision day, away to the Houston Dynamo. It always comes down to the Dynamo, doesn't it? 87th minute though, Toronto on the front foot and on the assault once again. Greg Vanney, he tasted so much success. Something changes. The Galaxy headed towards defeat for the 12th time, putting their playoff hopes in a little jeopardy. Insigne, 88th minute. Okello is trying to turn it forward. To no avail, and Brugman claims. Beautifully laid off for Raheem Edwards, who turns it forward now. Down goes Chicharito. It'll be a free kick as he was tackled by Shane O'Neill. Here's Araujo. Time of the essence now for the Galaxy, and a costly giveaway claimed in the center. Credit Toronto, they made the adjustments. Those substitutions have paid off with immediate effect. Once again, the old Sly Fox, Bob Bradley, able to get at it. Chara, Jimenez, and Okello who came on, changed the game, allowing Insigne and Bernardeschi to get a hold of it. But here's Puig, calls his own number, Ricky Puig! Oh my goodness! Outrageous! Bodacious for the man from Barcelona, and that is how you equalize. Brilliant! Wow! If there ever was a golazo, that would be it. Ricky Puig with his first strike in Major League Soccer, and it's a beaut. A good 1-2 at the top, a 20-yard blast into the upper corner. No chance for Alex Bono, and the Galaxy may have just pried out a point in Toronto. What a hit, what a player, and what a time to score it. Ricky Puig. Outstanding. There were talks about him being a landmark signing that could change the game. He's changed this one. Still some time left. Here's Insigne. Squares it across off of Koulibaly, and it will be a corner kick here for the hosts. But what a golazo from Ricky Puig. They go down as one of the best of the season for the Los Angeles Galaxy, and just when they needed it. Corner for Lorenzo Insigne. 7 minutes will be added on, near side to the far post, and it sails over everybody. Goal crafted in Catalonia and executed in Ontario. Galaxy making their 5th substitution. Sasha Question will replace Julian Araujo. Sasha coming up on his 37th birthday, September 9th. Looks as though it's going to be Chicharito coming off. So a change of shape here. Galaxy trying to shut up shop, but Ricky Puig, 20 yards, an absolute laser bolt. Outstanding. And the Galaxy have their match winner, who delivers the equalizer. A special player. Brugman. And the Galaxy seeing Toronto fall out of that top 7. They take it 3 points, they would be in the top 7. The Galaxy looking for more, it's in, and it's on. Out in front, Cabral with a lovely ball inside the penalty area. Brugman now. Is there a chance for a winner? Plenty of time. 92nd minute, the Galaxy in possession, and their tails up. And the wind in their sails, as they say. Here's Gaston Brugman. Araujo has the support of Koulibaly. This has been an exhilarating game. Sasha Kleshny trying to knit the lines together, and does, but it was Araujo who just lost his footing, took his eye off of it. Krishito. Kleshny gets it back. Here's Araujo. The Galaxy about 20 yards away. Kleshny towards the center now, opens up Puig, trying to play it through. Brilliantly done by Puig. It's such a brilliant ray of passing. Kleshny lifts it far post, two waiting over the head. Puig arrives on that late run. And Derek Williams has to be careful here. The Galaxy could be caught out. Insigne knocks it forward for Jimenez. Both teams trying to go for this win. No doubt about it. Toronto, the 3 points really would serve them much better than a draw in their race and their quest to get back to the playoffs. Joveljic dropping into his own half, and it's poked away and all the way back for goalkeeper Alex Bono. Goal for the grand occasion from Ricky Puig. Spaniards serve tonight. It's the Italian Renaissance, but Bernardeschi, who's had a save, may have another. Plays it for his compatriot. This is Insigne in the penalty area. Galaxy back up against it on the back foot. Tracked down by Ochara, who's hounded by Puig. Ochara trying to turn the corner on Edwards. This time Edwards doesn't dive in, stands him up, but it goes out of play. Corner kick. This is though for Toronto FC. Chara just turned that extra gear. Goes out, and it will be a far side corner for Domenico Krishito. And Krishito belts one in, and Araujo with the immediate reply. Only as far as Ochara, whose cross is in. And again, it's Araujo who wins it. Cabral and the Galaxy now with a chance to counterattack. Kleshny pokes it forward for Brugman. And Brugman with a cutting ball right through, but nicely read by Richie Larea. My goodness, this is back and forth. Down goes Larea. Referee waves play on. The Galaxy win it back. Brugman, is there a chance for the winner? Still time in the 95th minute. Wide for Joveljic inside the penalty area. Out in front, Cabral, he's won it! Cabral has won it, but it's offside. Disallowed from Kevin Cabral. Set up beautifully by Dejan Joveljic. My goodness. What a game. Back the other way. Both teams with key disallowed goals. Bernardeschi had one earlier in the second half. This one, really can't argue against it. Clearly outside on Kevin Cabral. He didn't time his run very well. Koulibaly leaving a leg in now. Toronto on the offensive. Insigne on the throw. Just a matter of seconds left. Insigne trying to work the reverse. Puig is there one last thrust. Puig with a lot of gas in that tank. He's only 23 on the hard run from Cabral, but Bono comes all the way out, 10 yards clear of his penalty box. I'll tell you what, both of these players, both of these teams are going to sleep well tonight. It's been box office, top-notch entertainment. And a match that had a little bit of everything, minus a sending off. Final minute of the previously allotted 7 by referee Ted Unkel. The Galaxy in possession and a chance for a late winner. Really love to steal one. Over the head of Joveljic on the punt. Cabral flicks it back. Ochara first to it for Toronto. And it'll ping out here to the near side for Krishito. And the Toronto fullback finds his The Italian buddy Lorenzo Insigne, who can't find his way through Alvarez. It's broken now for Sasha Kleshtin. He needs that one more. The reverse ball in. Cabral trying to work his way around. Good tackle from Mavinga inside his own box. Mavinga just dispossessing and out-muscling the Frenchman. Cabral sliding in. It'll be a free kick for Toronto FC. This is one of those you don't want to end. So free kick, that's going to do it. This one is in the books. What a game it was. The Galaxy went out in front early on thanks to Douglas Costa. Jesus Jimenez and a penalty from Bernardeschi had Toronto 9 minutes away from victory, but Ricky Puig saving the Galaxy's bacon. However, the Galaxy with the draw go to 4 games unbeaten. The final tonight, the Galaxy 2, Toronto 2. Stay with us here on Galaxy Radio. When we return, we'll recap this one, a blockbuster second half, plus we'll get you all up to speed on the other games in Major League Soccer. But the final tonight, Toronto 2, LA 2. Back with more after this.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to the LA Galaxy postgame. This LA Galaxy match has been brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit, by Herbalife Nutrition, nutrition for a better life, and by Wingstop, the flavor of the LA Galaxy. Order now at wingstop.com.
And welcome back. My, oh my, what a great old game it was between Toronto FC and the LA Galaxy. Both teams holding the lead tonight and both fighting back from a goal down. In the end, it ends Toronto FC 2, the LA Galaxy 2 on match day number 27 for the LA Galaxy, who now claim 38 points, keep hold for now of that seventh place in the Western Conference, the final spot in the race for the playoffs, and it will be the fifth draw of the season. But more importantly, the Galaxy equaling their longest unbeaten run in 2022, now going on a 4-game stretch without defeat and looking difficult to beat and imaginative, creative, and dangerous in the attack. But this game will be remembered by Riqui Puig, who's making quite a name for himself in Los Angeles after a lovely cutting through ball on Sunday night. He takes matters into his own hands with an absolute bombazo outside of the penalty area, and that would lift the Galaxy to level terms on the 89th minute, opening his goal-scoring account in quite some classy fashion. What a goal, what a player, Riqui Puig, who indeed is our man of the match, which is presented by Herbalife Nutrition, nutrition for a better life. And Puig, such an integral part in the midfield, really was influential more in the first half than in the second half, faded out of the picture, but managed to get back into the scheme of things in the second half, and of course had the final say for Los Angeles as they get a share of the points. And not too shabby, a 2-match back-to-back away trip to Eastern Conference opponents, taking 4 points from a possible 6. The Galaxy have to be pleased, but congratulations once again to our man of the match, presented by Herbalife Nutrition, nutrition for a better life, in Riqui Puig. Let's get you updated on some of the scores elsewhere, shall we, from Major League Soccer in a wild night. It was Philadelphia who continued to just bomb the goals in. 4-1 victors at home over Atlanta today. Columbus getting a winner from Luis Diaz in the second half, 1-0 over Miami. Montreal losing by the same score at home to the New York Red Bulls, who got the match-winning goal from Lewis Morgan 2 minutes from halftime. New England and Chicago end up goalless. A delayed kickoff between Orlando and Seattle in Florida, and that one just 20 minutes into it. Elsewhere, NYCFC finding itself in a dogfight with DC United, down 1-2. DC United leading on the road with 15 minutes to go. Houston 1-1 against LAFC at halftime in Texas. Nashville, same story, 1-1 at the break. The second half just kicking off there against Colorado. And a little bit later, it'll be Real Salt Lake and home to Minnesota. But the Galaxy really have to be elated with this. 4 points. If you said to me 1 week ago at this time, you'll take 4 points on this East Coast road swing, I think they would take it. All right, we're going to step aside one more time. When we return, we'll have our save of the game, and we'll break this one down. The Galaxy 2-2 in a draw at Toronto tonight.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, You can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
And welcome back to BMO Field. Toronto FC and LA trading blows to the tune of a 2-2 draw in a match late on in the MLS season. The Galaxy maintaining their hold on the 7th position on 38 points. They find themselves 2 adrift of both Nashville and Real Salt Lake, who still have yet to record final scores and are in action this evening. So we'll see how the dust settles. Of course, Portland in action as well tonight. So the Galaxy could find themselves out of the playoffs, but had to be pleased so far with that 4-point road swing. That'll take us to, of course, our save of the game tonight. Our save of the game is brought to you by Spectrum Mobile, the fastest growing mobile provider in the nation. And normally we tout Jonathan Bond, who made 7 big ones, in fact, a season high on Sunday night, but didn't have to make one save this evening despite being beaten on 2 occasions. And in fact, almost had the save of the game, getting a hand to the penalty kick from Federico Bernardeschi as it was powered past the Englishman by the Italian to put them out in front. However, you have to take your hat out to Alex Bono, who denied Kevin Cabral early on in the second half, and that is our save of the game, brought to you by Spectrum Mobile, the fastest-growing mobile provider in the nation. Let's break down the numbers for you here right now. The Galaxy with 59% of the possession. They had 12 shots, 5 of which were on target, held Toronto FC to just 2 on target. Of course, one of those coming from the penalty spot after Raheem Edwards brought down Bernardeschi on the 81st minute. In terms of block shots, 5 apiece and 3 saves for Alex Bono, none for Jonathan Bond. And in terms of corners, 4 apiece for both of these two. So the stats really don't tell the story. The Galaxy were opened up. It got stretched really late in the second half. Both teams going for the 3 points. But in the end, Ricky Puig able to take advantage and find that gap. Worked a nice 1-2 and just ripped it home in the upper corner on a great 1-2 from Gaston Brugman. He has elevated the quality of this team. The new signings really having a massive effect. Ricky Puig, Gaston Brugman, and the old reliable Chicharito Hernandez and Douglas Costa to the rescue in the first half. A fine performance for a team that has to settle for its 4th draw, but as I mentioned now, 4 games unbeaten. We look ahead for the Los Angeles Galaxy. Coming up on Sunday, they will return home to take on Sporting Kansas City and a kickoff here in Carson, and then the following Saturday away to Nashville, and 4 days later on the road to Vancouver, and finishing up home to Colorado, away to San Jose, back home against Real Salt Lake, and the last day of the season, October 9th, away to Houston. Final thoughts here for me tonight. Galaxy came out swinging, settled into it really well, asked some questions early on, held Toronto largely in check, defended well, a momentary lapse of reason for Raheem Edwards and got themselves caught out. Toronto really never hit the gears that they wanted to. The Galaxy asked the questions. Yes, they did dominate large spells of possession, looked really nice in their passing, but the crispness between the midfield and the attack has improved. They've found the link, and they've got themselves a match winner in Ricky Puig. He didn't supply the winner tonight, but my oh my, did he announce his presence. What a signing he has proven to be in the first 3 games already, with a decisive through ball and perhaps the goal of the season for LA on the equalizer 1 minute from time. So the Galaxy, I'm sure Greg Vanney will be happy coming back from a goal down despite conceding the lead in the second half, but on the road in tough conditions, as well as a field that was very familiar to him and an extra bit of nerves because of that. The Galaxy boss has to be pleased with the result as the Galaxy find themselves in the midst of a good run and continue turning that corner Now the question is, as they look to go strength to strength, can they summon it up against a Sporting Kansas City team that laid 4 on them earlier this season? We shall see. The Galaxy trying to exact some revenge from that loss earlier this month in Kansas City in a 4-2 defeat. That's what's up next. So until then, this is Christian Miles saying good night. Once again, the final score, Toronto FC 2, the Galaxy 2. So long, everybody.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy, including Glendale Memorial, St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Across Dignity Health hospitals and care sites, the well-being of patients is always the priority. To learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy joints, you can visit dignityhealth.org/SoCal. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel has another reason for you to come in today. For a limited time only, Yamava is giving all new and inactive members a buy one, get one free buffet. Plus, new members can win up to $1,000 in free play for signing up a Club Serrano membership. You'll earn rewards from playing any of the 6,800 slots or table games. Experience SoCal's best buffet and resort. Yamava is your home to big wins and even bigger prizes. Go for a BOGO today. Details at yamava.com/new member. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage on their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch 94 years ago, to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.